welcome with a star on it. So let's click on the home page. Once the home page loads, click on the page that you installed. In this case, I'm going to click Crate Maker. Once the Crate Maker page loads, you'll notice on the left hand side I have something called Featured with a star. Now I named it Featured, however you can name it whatever you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on it so you can see the HTML editor load once it's installed properly. Once the HTML editor loads, yours will be empty. Mine has code because I've already put it in there now. All this code's available to you so you can download it and just tweak it and make it your own. Now, you may not want to call it featured. Maybe you want to call it something else. Let's say you decide, instead of calling it featured, I'd rather call it coupon so that when my fans do log in, they'll see a coupon link. Well, that's pretty easy to do, so let me show you how to get that done. What you're going to do is once you get to your home page, hit the edit page. Once you go to the management screen, make sure you go to apps because this is where we have the app installed. Once the apps have loaded, you're going to go to edit settings. This will open a pop-up window. Now in this pop-up window, instead of it being welcomed, you can call it whatever else you want. So in this case, I'm going to call it coupons. You know what, let's do fan coupons. We're going to hit save and OK. And now what we're going to do from here is we're going to go back to our page. So let's go to view page on the right hand corner. Once our page has reloaded, what you're going to see on your left hand side is a star with the new title fan coupons, which is what we wanted. Now let's click fan coupons so we can open up that HTML editor I showed you earlier today to show you how we're going to install or basically copy and paste the code that I put on my site, which you will tweak and make your own so you can paste it onto your site. Now that it's loaded, you'll see there's a lot of code here. Please don't be intimidated by it because it's going to be really easy to use and to edit. So let me show you what we can do. Now the very first box is our non-fan page. We want them to go to an image for those who aren't fans yet, and we're going to tell them why they should become fans. Then the second piece here is where we're going to put our code with our coupons. So if you are a fan and you go to the left and you click fan coupons, you're going to see our ad, plus you're going to see coupons that have been added to this ad. So let me show you what it would look like if I wasn't a fan and I logged in. If I log in and I'm not a fan, here you go. It says Crate Maker like us, and then it gives you reasons why to like us, and one of them is coupons here, as you can see. So we want them to like it, and once they like it, they will actually be taken to our page where they can click on the fan coupon piece. Okay, so how's this done? I think that's what we want to know. So let's go over. Now I did this in Notepad++. You can do it in Notepad, or if you have an editor like Dreamweaver or Front Page or something that you're comfortable in working in to do HTML, that's fine too. Now let's take a look at it so you can understand what we did here. Obviously the title is Crate Maker Facebook fan page. I created a style sheet. Now the style sheet's important because it defines my fonts one time, centralized, as well as my colors, my dashed lines, and the way my text is going to be centered, and I want it to be aligned centered in my coupon. So by making a change here, you affect the rest of the coupons. Now let's scroll down. Here is the image. This image will be displayed for my fans, so if they go there they can load this image. Now we created this in an earlier video, so look at the earlier video for FBML and I'll show you how to create these neat ads, and you can take it apart and make it your own. I still have it up here to be downloaded, so you can download it as well with the HTML scripts. And if you have an editor, I use Fireworks, but you could use Adobe Photoshop. You can actually just transform this ad and make it your own. The next piece is the table piece where we define our coupons. So let's take a look. There are 4 sections, and notice that I've made this piece strong, which is bold. I put for these locations only, it's a 10% off coupon, and we're going to see what this translates into. Now the reason I have BR here is to make a hard break. The software doesn't understand when you hit enter to enter the line. So the way you tell the code to do it is by putting a BR there. And in fact, let me fix it because it should be BR space and a forward slash. That's the way it should look. So here's where the coupons are defined. And at this point, all I have to do is change my text here and save it, copy it, and put it in my Facebook HTML, and it'll be visible. Now for non-Facebook fans, they just get the ad. They're not going to get any coupons. So this is a different ad than the ones my fans would see. And I just pointed to the location where this image is located. And if you were to copy this HTML exactly and just paste it, you'll notice that it takes you to that image that's stored on our server. So let's go back. Okay, now if you're using something like Dreamweaver or Front Page, and I'll show you how it looks like in Dreamweaver, you could take this code and you can paste it on Dreamweaver and make it your own. Okay, when I paste the code here in Dreamweaver, you're going to notice that the image doesn't show, and the reason is because I'm storing the image off-site, not on my hard drive. But take a look at the coupons. Pretty neat. They're right below my image, and this is what they look like. So I'm going to scroll down to show you what they are. There are 4 coupons here, and one has a freebie, one is catering. So you could be creative with this and you can change it. The neat thing is that you can come in and change that every week or every month or once a day. However you want to do it, you can go in and make those changes to these coupons. Now I mentioned earlier about the style sheets and the importance of the style sheet, and let me tell you why it's important. Right now my coupons are in white. They have a white background. This background color, if I decide I want them to have a pink color, all I have to do is click here on my refresh button, and you're going to notice that the HTML changes. Notice by putting pink in my background color, my coupons are now pink and not white. So it's pretty neat. It allows you to really play around with it. These lines, although they look like solid lines, are actually dashed lines because that's how they've been defined in my style sheet. And I'll show you what they look like when we actually run them. They just look like solid lines here in Dreamweaver, but they're not. They're dashed. And I can define the thickness of those dashed lines by changing this 3 to a 4 or to a 1. It's really up to me. So you're really able to make these changes on this coupon. I'm going to change it back to white for Crate Maker because that's what they want. And we're going to upload this code, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, let's copy this code and let's go to Notepad where I originally created my code. I'm going to select it all and I'm going to copy. Next I'm going to go to my Crate Maker site where I have my HTML editor, and I'm just going to click in the empty box, although I have it here, and just hit paste. Once you paste it, you'll have all your code. You'll do the same thing for your non-fans image. Okay, so now I've copied, I've pasted my code here to my HTML box. Again, this is for my non-fans, the top one, and here's my fans page. So I want to make sure that I copy the code in the correct sections so that they show up correctly. Okay, so once you've actually copied and pasted the code, make sure you paste it in the right section. The first box is for non-fans. So if you download my file, make sure you're copying the non